So hello guys, welcome back once again in the another video of JavaScript, and in this video we will talk about filter method. So as the name mentioned here, filter. So filter, you know that when you want to filter something, so you use a filter. So filter method is used to create a new array containing only element that meets a certain condition. So it does not modify the original array but returns a new filtered array. So filter method actually we use when we want to filter something from another array. Suppose we have a array and we want to filter the values based on some condition, so we will use filter. So actually this is the basic definition of the filter. Filter actually always apply on the array. In the filter we use the two arguments. One is the callback function and another is the this arg. So this argument is the second argument. So first is the callback function. So in the callback function we use three values. One is the element, second is the index, and third is the array. So callback function actually the function that decide whether element should be included. So the first value of the callback function is the element. So element actually the current element being processed. So it is the element of the array. So suppose we have array, so it can be the any value of the array. Second is the index. So index and array actually the optional value, but element is the necessary element, and without element we cannot apply the filter function. Index actually the optional and the current index of the element, and array actually the original array being iterated. Suppose this is the array, we are using the filter function on this, so array will be the same being iterated. So actually second argument is the this argument, and it is also a optional argument and specify the value of inside the callback function. So actually when you apply this arguments, so with the help of the this argument you can use the outside argument inside the filter function. So next point is when should you use filter. So when you need to remove unwanted element from the array, so you should use filter. So and another case that when you match any condition inside the array, so you can use a filter. And when you need a subset of data while keeping the original array unchanged, so you can use filter. So another case is that when you want to filter object based on the multiple properties, so you can use filter. And when you need to clean up data like remove empty values, falsy value, duplicate value, so you can use filter. So in these type of cases you can use the filter on your array. So let's start with the practical demo and we'll understand that how we implement practically the filter function on the array. Suppose the first case is that so let's we have an array. So any value you can use inside array here. So in the both way we can also apply the filter, like you can use the regular function or you can use filter with the arrow function. So suppose first I am using a regular function. So suppose I want to get here only the positive numbers, and here we just type the name of the array and type here filter. So when you type here filter, so you can also read the definition of the filter here. So we use here value, index, array, and param. We use here this argument. So all these we can read here also. Suppose I am using here inside the filter, we just apply here a function, and in this function you can use all the element we use here, also showing here in the definition value, index, and array. So value actually the current value of the array. So you can type here any variable. So I am using here suppose current value, and here you can type index. You can take here ij, anything, any variable you can use here. And here I am using a array. Array value actually the value of the number we are applying the filter function here. And another thing we need to use here is the this argument. and this argument we use here like this. Suppose we just get comma here, and suppose for the this argument I am using here a const, and here I am using minimum is equal to 5. So you can use here this argument is actually the name of the outside variable or object. We are using here my number as a object, so you can pass here the name of this object, and here we just pass here return and just type here current value when the current value of the array will be greater than 0 or equal, so then it will return the result. So you can also console here all the values if you want. Suppose I am just console here the current log. Suppose you can print here current value, and if you want to know the index of this value, so you can also console here index, and if you want to get the array, so you can also get the array here, and here you can console the positive array. So suppose I just save it and just run this. So here you can see that first the current value of the array is showing here. Current value is the 10 and the index of this value is 0, and the whole array is showing inside this array. Because this will get the whole array, we are applying the filter function on this array. So it will show the whole array where we are applying the filter function, and second value, second index, so all these is showing like this. At the end the positive number array is showing here. So this is the positive number array showing here. So this is the first case. Suppose I am using here a regular functions, but in this case we did not use the my numbers. Actually this is the this argument outside element, but we did not use here. So with the help of this you can use here like this. So for this we need to add here this dot and min. So now it will show you all the values greater than 5. Suppose I add here another element positive 2, positive 3. So now it will show the result where the values will be greater than 5. So with the help of this we can directly access the outside element if we have already defined the name of the object here. This is the second argument, this argument. So here we need to use the name of the object. So now I try to run it again. So here you can see only the 10, 30 and 50 is showing here. Suppose I am using here a 1 and again save it and run this. So now you will see here all the values 2, 3, 30 and 50. So all the values greater than 1 is showing in the filtered array. Suppose the same functionality you want to apply with the arrow function. So you can just comment this code here, and so with the arrow function we don't need to add this. So we just, so you can remove this here, you can remove it, and we also don't need to add the return here. You can directly so like this you can type it. So now we don't need to add here this. So now you need to add here the name of the object my numbers, and the name of the value is the minimum. So now you can directly access it without this. Now I save it and again run it. So it will return the same result with the arrow function also. Suppose you want to add any condition here without this, so you can also add here condition like when the value is greater than 50. so it will return the result. So it will show only the greater than and equal to 50, so only the one value will be shown in the filtered array. Suppose you want to apply the filtered array on the object of arrays. Suppose I am using here a name is the Bob, and this is the age of the Bob, and this is 17. Suppose I am taking array few object of array. This is the second object, this is the third, and here I am using the another name, suppose Charlie, and so here I am using 25, 17. You can take here any values. Suppose I am using here 30 and 30, and here using the another name. So in the same way you can apply here also the regular and filter functions. Suppose I am taking this example with the filter function. Suppose you want to get the filter array where the age is equal to 30. So here the three persons age equal to 30. So you can just apply here. Suppose I am taking here the users array. You can change here the name users. So you can also use here user, and you can also type here user data. I am getting here, and here you can also use the user, and here you can apply just user dot age is equal to 30. So when the user age equal to 30, so it will return a user data array. Just I save it and run. So you can see here the three name of the object is showing here, because the Charlie, Michael and Frank age is equal to 30. So it will return a filtered array based on the condition. And suppose you want to add here another condition, age equal to 70, so it will return a just single value Charlie, because Charlie age is equal to 70 here. So like this we can match the condition and filter the array. So another example, suppose you want to chain it with other methods like, and now we are applying it with the chain with other methods. So suppose this is the array we have. So suppose you want to apply here the chain of the other methods. So suppose this is already we have applied and it's returning here a Charlie. Suppose you want to add here the another method map. Map method we have already implement. On the map I have already created a separate lecture and given the link in the description box. So if you want to know more about the map, so you can check my previous lecture. Suppose I am applying here map. So based on the map we can also apply and change the value of the each element and return also a new array. So now the condition is that it will filter the array. So filter will filter the array of object and will get the array based on this condition. So filter actually will return the array based on this condition, and map actually will return only the name of the arrays we have applied here, and I am just want to return the name of the user. So I am just using here map. So I just save it. So sometime you can face this type of issue. Suppose I am using here a string type is, but here I am defining a integer type. So you can just define it in the string array and you can just run it. Is the user data is based on this condition. So now we are just getting a user name based on the map condition. So map actually here we are using with the filter. So I hope this video is very helpful for understanding that how we use the filter function in our JavaScript code. So if you have any doubt, any queries, so please let me know in the comment section. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.